So what are you going to be for Halloween?
So my whole family is doing Scooby-Doo.
Guess what I'm going to be?
Fauci?
A retard. A retard.
I'm gonna give you guys one guess what the theme of today's video will be.
Retard.
I'm not giving you any hints, but I'm fairly certain that you'll grasp the concept by the time this video is over.
Retard.
Make sure you stick around to the end to see Canada's biggest.
Retard.
Consider hitting that like button to make a
Retard.
cry, and comment
Retard.
below if you're sick of not being able to speak your mind freely anymore.
So what are you going to be for Halloween?
So my whole family is doing Scooby-Doo. My son's going to be Scooby-Doo. I'm Shaggy. So I'm going to kind of dress like you. Big baggy clothes, I got long hair. I'm just going to have a little flask while I walk around. Yeah. There you go. Undercover brother.
Guess what I'm going to be?
What?
Guess what I'm going to be?
Fauci?
A retard. A retard.
Okay. I guess you can be anything for
Greatest
Halloween.
costume ever.
All right, kid, I'll see you out there. Trick or treat.
Man, Kid Rock is hilarious for doing that. Do you still see people walking around in public with those masks on? I have a theory on it though. I think 25% of the people who still wear them are genuinely afraid of germs. Another 25% do it because of political reasons and virtue signaling. It's kind of like how they identify themselves as a woke liberal. And the other half are doing it because they don't like their own appearance. AKA, they're hideous. Fugly. Fucking ugly to the layperson. Their insecurities are all hidden behind that mask, but we all know what's really behind it. A septum piercing, moles, a dirt stash, and rotten teeth. Anyway, it's nice to see someone use a news platform to spread a positive message. Alright, who do we got next?
I'm here fighting for public education for my children. They deserve so much better than what they're getting right now. They need smaller classes. My kids are neurodivergent, so they deserve extra attention through their schooling, and they're not getting what they need. So we're here fighting for that.
Want to hold up your sign and explain what it means?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in the church. I'm no longer within the church, and I found out that Smith is still in the church. So I contacted my scary little friend, and he said that he was willing to give her my seat instead. So hopefully she'll accept that, and then she can go where she belongs.
Yep, the spawn of Satan here is fighting for her children to have the right to a free and fair education where they get special attention. I think there's someone here craving special attention. And though she may look like a little bratty child, she's definitely not one. You showed up to a protest for yourself. That's the real truth, idiot. It wouldn't have mattered what the protest was about today. You would have showed up looking like a
retard.
Regardless, please don't put a hex on me, lady. It's supposed to be funny. It's just a joke. Haha. Anyway, what was this protest about again? I don't know. But it makes me want to get in my car and just gun it the hell out of here like this sissy liberal American who's literally fleeing the war-torn dictatorship called the United States.
Well, here we are. It's Friday, and we are just literally minutes away from the border to Canada as we flee the U.S. Who would have thought at age 60 that this would be our day and our plan and our actions? And I know fleeing sounds dramatic and like something from a movie, but it's really true. We just feel so scrutinized and so silenced and so being portrayed as enemies within and being portrayed as domestic terrorists because we're standing up for what we believe in this country and what we believe is being violated and is going into an authoritarian regime and is in it actually and has been since he hit the ground running in January, the day he was inaugurated. It's really frightening and it's really unsettling, and there's just no peace in that the folks that follow him and voted for him are just being barraged with this indoctrination by this cult of personality. It's just whipping up this frenzy of hatred, just like 80 years ago in Germany in the 40s, when the authoritarian regime there and their leader were messaging out the same things about how races within their country were the enemy within, were animals, were rats that needed to be exterminated.
Bro, you're lucky that you're a boomer because you're gonna fit right in up here. Might I suggest moving to, Brampton, Ontario? I hear the culture there is very diverse and you may appreciate it. What a complete and total moron. Dude, What you're doing right now is like fleeing from Poland and sneaking into North Korea. Liberals seem to enjoy being dictated and having a boot stomp on their face consistently. And maybe that's what you want. I don't know. Add some adventure to your life. Just make sure you don't intend on getting treated for any ailments, because right now you're clearly suffering from many. Delirium, TDS, and an obvious neurological disorder that's festering. Canada has no treatments to offer you for any of those. Unless you plan on signing up for MAID, then that's actually perfect. Canada loves medical assistance in dying, and the ironic part is that Canada's federal organ harvesting program will ensure that you get sent right back to the US where they sell them. God, it's great being Canadian.
Hi, Governor Newsom. It's official. The Blue Jays are heading to the World Series to take on your Los Angeles Dodgers.
That's right, Premier. Two great teams, two proud places. Sounds like a perfect time for a friendly wager.
Okay, Governor, you're on. If the Blue Jays win, I'll send you some of Ontario's finest maple syrup in a proper tin can, the way it's meant to be enjoyed. The tariff might cost me a few extra bucks at the border these days, but it'll be worth it for a Jays win.
That's a sweet offer, Premier, but something tells me that syrup is staying north of the border when the Dodgers win. And when they do, I'll send you a bottle of California's championship-worthy wine. And hey, can you do me a favor? Think you can put it on the liquor store shelves?
I don't think so, buddy. Talk to your friend in the Oval Office. I can't wait for the Jays to bring it home. Either way, it's a win-win. Great neighbors, great friends, and a little cross-border competition.
Well, couldn't agree more. Here's to great baseball and some friendly bragging rights.
Go Jays.
As a lifelong San Francisco Giants fan, go Dodgers. Here's to a great World Series and a tariff-free friendship between Ontario and California.
Why don't you two
Retards.
just meet halfway? Gavin can bring the booze and Ford can bring the syrup. They could get themselves cozied up in a cabin in the woods and start working on their own little trade agreement. Okay, I'm starting to go too far. I'll stop now. But these two communist retards are beyond cringe. This is eons above that. I understand that there's some traditional form of friendly banter between leaders when it comes to sports that cross borders, but to frame this whole ad as some sort of dig against tariffs and Donald Trump is pathetic and desperate. Fake smiles, fake laughs, fake friendships, real retards. Neither one of these idiots cares about sports. Maybe baseball a little bit, but that's only if Newsom is pitching and Ford is catching. I don't get why politicians just can't be real instead of totally batshit crazy and borderline schizophrenic, like today's biggest retard. This is Christine Gumboyle, the BC Minister of Housing and Municipal Affairs, BC NDP MLA for Vancouver Little Mountain. I swear, if people have Liberal or NDP attached to their name or title, they should be required to take mandatory psych evaluations, like at least once a month. What was she doing, you ask? Well, this is an Indigenous chant that politicians in New Zealand did to protest against an amendment for the Native Treaty. Well, if your intent was setting everyone on edge, you did so very successfully. And I think that half the gallery was waiting for poison darts to start flying around the room. But Christine Boyle, girl, you need to disconnect your internet service provider and never upload anything ever again. It's just for the betterment of your own mental health and overall society. Canada has become a literal South Park episode. And I'm all for it. It's endless entertainment. I feel like I'm on a train that's derailed and I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, fuck it. Whee! Let's get on this crazy train together as we go off the cliff.